Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel Vanda V. Helen. For those who are new here, hi, my name is Veronica and on weekly basis I am sharing you with some crochet tutorials, tips and tricks. And actually this week tutorial is part 2 of our African flower hexagon dress. You can see the whole dress right here. I am also wearing them as well. And actually in this part 2 we are going to go through how to join all the hexagons that you have created from our previous video, how to piece them together and how to create such a beautiful dress. But before we jump right into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so then you can keep up with all of my upcoming tutorials. So now let's grab your hook and let's start. Okay. So once basically you've done, or let's say all your hexagons are, let's say, stretched, we will join them together. So what I did, I used 6 colors, six different color combination, but of course you can use completely different color combination, different amount, that's completely up to you. If you want to have exactly this style, so I used 6 of them, and actually you see how I was switching them, okay? So this is the first piece. The second piece, I measured one of my dresses, half of it, like how much more or less centimeters I need for one side of the dress, okay? So, and then this is basically, you know how maximum of the squares you need, well, squares, hexagons you need, okay? So I knew that, okay, for me the best combination would be 5 and 4, and you see that every time I am switching between 5 hexagons and 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to, let's say, join them firstly. We will join it per row, so we will join one row, and then we will join the four pieces row and we will join them together. So I will show you exactly how to join it. Once you have your desired length, let's say of the one side, you need to start with the second side. But watch out for the second side. As we are having this zigzag style, your second side actually needs to start to fall like this very seamlessly, you see? It needs to start with 4 of the hexagons, not 5. So if you have a 5, the second side needs to start with the 4. If you have a 6 and combination of 5, for example, then the second side needs to start with the 5. So basically the second side side needs to start with your second row that you have on the first side. And even with the color coding, you see, I used kind of, let's say, so first side and then the second side, I kind of started as of this row, okay? And now you see it's very easily, seamlessly falling two pieces together. Okay, so now I am going to show you how I am actually joining the granny squares or the hexagon squares together to create this dress. So I am going to take the first 2 I am using for joining the black yarn. So I am making a slip knot, putting it, on my hook. Now make sure that you have it both sides correct. So not the other way around, but this way. I am putting them together like this, okay? And in this stitch, well, unfortunately it is a black one, so it will be a little bit harder, but I will try my best to maybe zoom it out now. But basically what is important in joining this is that you are going to take all the time only the back loop, okay? So only the back loop. So I am starting actually in my in my further away granny square. And what is also very important is when you are going to the second, you need to have your yarn in between, but not in the first one. So actually, but you need to make sure that the yarn is like this. I'm going in, so I started in my chain 1 space between those double crochet. Here I am taking the back loop as well only, okay? And now I am pulling through and making kind of a slip stitch. Okay, Perfect. The first one is done. And now we are going to do it. When you are going back to your first one, you are making sure that the yarn is like this. So before your hook, when you are grabbing it, you are going into the back loop only. You see, I am taking back loop only. Now you are moving the yarn in between. So it's in between those two stitches. You are going into the next stitch and grabbing the yarn and pulling through all three. Okay? Again, yarn behind your hook, before your hook, going into the back loop only. Now yarn in between, going into the second granny square, pulling back loop only, and pulling all through. Again, so like this. And this way I am going to continue on this side. And actually how I am joining my pieces, because I am very lazy to weave the ends at the end. So actually how I am making my pieces and put all the dress together. So first I am going to join all the pieces like this in a kind of a one row. Okay, so I will make one big row, and then this row I will show you later on how I am joining already all the rows together. But how to make those rows is following. So firstly, make only this first part, only the first side, okay? And I will meet you at the end. Okay, so now I am at the end. Actually, I am not joining here my chain one space in the next corner. I will basically, why? Because we are going to use those stitches afterwards, where we will be joining it into the whole dress basically. So now what I'm going to do, I know that I need to now to this side attach my second color, my third color. But how I will go to this side? So here you have two possibilities. You will end your piece, cut it here fast enough and start again here. But as I said, I am very lazy to do all the time weaving the ends. So actually what I'm going to do instead, I am going to slip stitch through this side till I am here, and then here I am going to join the stitches together. So what I'm doing now is I'm ignoring as of now this first granny square. I am going into my chain one space and I am simple slip stitching. Here be very careful, do not slip stitch very tight, because then it will be hard when you will be using those stitches to join the pieces together. So very light slip stitches, do not make them very tight. So slip stitch all the way through till basically, so you are going to slip stitch through this side and through this side, and I will meet you when you will be in this corner. Okay, so now we are done. I am going to make one last slip stitch into my corner stitch, into my corner. So in my chain one space I am making a slip stitch, sorry. And now I am going to attach the second color. So this is my correct side. Always make sure you have it correct side. So this is my correct side. I am going to attach now the blue granny square like this. So I am putting the pieces together like this, making sure both sides are the correct one. Now I'm going to turn my work a little bit. Okay, because you have to have, when you are starting joining, you have to have your yarn on the left side. So that's why I turn my work. Okay, and now I am going again. So my yarn needs to be before my hook, and I am going to start in my first stitch, pulling away the yarn in the middle, starting here in the back loop only, and pulling through all three. And again, yarn before the hook, back loop only, yarn in the middle, going into the next square, back loop only, and again. Okay, so this way you are going to join now this side, and actually you will end here. So actually we are going to make kind of a zigzag. So you know that you will end here, which means that you are going to slip knot through till here. Okay, and basically once you are here, you will join the same style basically, but I will show you here how to join this way. So basically now join these two till the corner stitch, And as of corner stitch here, you will start slip knotting till here and till here, and then I will meet you here to join another color. Now we will join basically this color all the way up here, which means we are going to slip knot through here, and at the end we are just going to simply join this one. When you will be done making a joining, you need to slip stitch through this side, this side, this side, and I will meet you once you slip stitch through all of this side till we are in this side. So as I already mentioned, we will be making basically rows or combination of 5 hexagon or 4 1, like I have already here, where I did only 1 2 3 4. But of course here number of hexagons depends on what size you want to make. Maybe you need to have 6 and 5 and so on. So really it depends what you need. But now I'm going to show you, basically I was showing you on the 5 1 how to basically join everything together. Where you have a 4, it's exactly the same. You just always need to check which side you need to slip stitch. And I told you to end your slip stitch right here. And then we will double check if we need to make another side of a slip stitch or basically what. And now this is my 5 hexagon, which I'm going to attach to my 4 hexagon like this, so it is matching exactly to each side, as you can see. Which means that as I have this 5th row hexagon, I end it, let's say I told you to end the slip stitching here, but now I know that you need to make also a slip stitch through here because we are starting as of this side. Okay, if we would have, imagine, I am hiding this one, imagine that we are attaching 4 hexagon to 5, we will be attaching the 4 one like this, the 4th one like this. Okay, imagine this is a 5. We would be attaching 4th one like this, which means that where you end it, if you have a 4 row, where you end it, slip stitch here. So for the 4 hexagon, you are ending your slip stitch here. If it is 5, which means that you are placing it like this, you are ending it here, one side more. And now I'm going to show you how to attach basically your row that you have to the rest of the dress. So make sure that both of the sides are the correct sides, so that it's not other way around. You see that it's basically different. The look is different. So now you know, once you know that it is the, let's say, the side that you want, make sure that you triple check, at least for my case, because I several times made a mistake and I started with the wrong, let's say, with the wrong side, but always double check, okay, this is the side that we need to join it together. So I am putting those two sides together like this. Okay. And now I am going to make simple slip stitch as well as we did in the last time. So I'm starting in the first double crochet that I did, so not in the chain 1 space here, but here again putting my yarn before hook, yes, grabbing the back loop part, going into my current stitch, current granny square or the row, taking the back loop only and pulling through all 3 loops. 1, 2 and 3. Come on, good. And again, now I'm going into the next stitch, so back loop only, and pull through all 3. Okay, so this way we are going to continue till our end of the first side, so till here, till your last double crochet, and then I will show you how to join basically 3 pieces, 3 corners together. So I will show you how to do that. So I will meet you at the end of this side. Okay, so now one side is done, as you can see, this side, and now we are going to join this corner, so basically the corner of the red hexagon, the corner of the green one, and the corner of the pink one. And how to do it? So we are starting as a normal, so I am making sure my yarn is before the hook. I am going into my chain 1 space in the cluster that I was making, so chain 1 back loop. This is always a little bit tricky how to go there. Now my yarn is in the middle. I am now going to my chain 1 space back loop, the green one, pulling through the hook. but now I'm not finishing it like I would do. I would also go to the chain one space here on this pink one, back loop only. Here I was making slip stitches, so it is a little bit more tricky, but I managed. And now I will pull through all of the loops. And now I am leaving the green square, hexagon, sorry, as it is, because this is already attached. And now I am going to continue joining basically now the pink one. So now we are going to continue the normal way like we did before. So grabbing always only the back loop part. Okay, here with the slip stitches you will find that it's a little bit sometimes more tricky. That's why you need to make sure that when you are making a slip stitches, it is not very tight. And basically now you are going to continue exactly that way all the time. And when you are in the corner, you are grabbing exactly, let's say, all of the 3 corners. Okay, so basically now what you will continue to do, you are simply going to continue slip stitch, like joining pieces together with the slip stitch. And at the end, you are simply, so basically your finish. So you are going to slip stitch like this all the way. So this is pretty easy, and you are ending here, and then you are just simply fastening off. Okay. So you see. So now once you know how to join all the pieces together, you will join them to your desired length. Don't forget that up here we are going to have our sleeves. Well, not sleeves, the oh my god, I forgot the name in English. The straps. Sorry, the straps. So make sure, so basically make one side of your desired length exactly as you want, the second side exactly the same. And now actually what we are going to do, so well, but it is exactly the same style, so we will do it off the camera. But basically where we are here joining it together, so you are starting here and you are simply going like this all the way through till the end to your desired length to create one common piece, okay? And once you have one full piece together, then you can measure it on yourself again to make sure that it is fitting. If it is not fitting, like in worst case scenario that you maybe somehow made a mistake when you were measuring it, then if it is small, then you can just very easily add another square to each of the side and then repeat and join it again. What is awesome about this join is you don't see where I joined it. You don't see like how I was joining it. And this is because of this 3D effect, and it's joined from each side. So actually even now if you would make a mistake or you would need maybe, I don't know, for example, maybe I will do it by myself that my body is like, okay, on the boobs and button and butt part, I need to make it a little bit wider. So actually maybe what I need to do is I need to add here a square after, not square, what are you, hexagon here. But there's no problem, I can very easily add it. So this is very good that basically once you create one piece, measure it on yourself, try to put it together, wrap yourself around the dress to make sure that it's good. And once it is good, then join these two sides together. Well, now it will be other way around, but basically you know what I want to say. So then you will join like this side together. But you will join the last two sides together only after you are sure that the side is correct for you, okay? That's why this is, let's say, for me, very, very safe pattern, because then even if you miss, you can very easily adjust it. So I already see from the look that maybe I have it too small for me, but let's see. So you are doing afterwards again the joining, but make sure, and this is very important, that you are having it correct side. Now I have it wrong side, okay? So actually once I will join my two sides together, I will flip it other way around, so actually this way around to join it, okay? So just make sure that it is correct side, and then you will join all together, so then you will create one common piece, and then we will meet together to make a final touch, and this is the straps together. So what I forgot to mention in the tutorial, that's why this is my future me from the editing, where I realized I forgot to mention one thing. So actually after I joined the two sides together and I wrap it around myself, I realized the dress is not big enough. However, it was too, if I would put there one full teeny tiny hexagon, it would mean that they would be too big. So actually I kind of needed to think about what to do. So actually what I did, once I joined the two pieces together, so I had the whole, it looked like a blanket, like one piece together. What I did, I just went with the black yarn and make just simple double crochet all the way through all the kind of sides. And every time I was having my double crochet, chain one and double crochet, the corner basically, I was placing there as well double crochet, chain one and double crochet. So actually I was all the time following through the same kind of corner pattern, so to keep the hexagon one. So this is what I did. But this is purely just because of the fact that my body, it was not, let's say, too small, or let's say too big for the 5 and 4 combination of hexagon, but if I would put 6 and 5 combination, then my body is too small. So that's why I needed to kind of improvise, which means that you see actually here also, well, I will try, that I have a double. This is the first one which we did, and this is the second one. So feel free if you feel, or let's say if you have the same problem, that basically once you wrap it around yourself and you kind of see like, okay, this is too tight, but it would be too big if you add one full hexagon in the whole dress, in the whole line, you can just basically crochet all the time. Just make sure, what is the most important is make sure that you are where you have every time the corner, that you make double crochet, chain one, double crochet. So now we can continue. Okay, so once our dress is completely full and ready and all sewn in, we can do our final touch, and this is the strap. So I have decided to use this style, so one is already done, and now I'm going to show you on the second one how to make these straps and how many rows we need and so on. So let's start with it. Okay, so as a first thing we are going to make our slip knot. Okay, perfect. Now we are going to take our dress, and actually I always highlight where I want to, let's say, have it. So this is my back, this is my front. Okay, so here I am going to place now. So I am going to make the straps in the edge of this triangle. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to find my middle. If you remember, when we were making a hexagon, we were making in the last row double crochet, one chain and double crochet. In that space, from that space, count 4 stitches right. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and now we are going to, okay, so this is my 4th stitch. Now I'm going to slip stitch, and now I am going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now in the same stitch I am going to place treble, which means I am yarn over twice, going into the same stitch and making my treble. Now I am going to make double crochet. Now I am going to make half double crochet. Voila. Sorry. Again, half double crochet. And in the last stitch I'm going to place single crochet. Okay, so this way we kind of make the triangle in the shape of the rectangle, as you can see it here, to kind of have it afterwards equal, you see. But now we need to continue the other side. So what we are going to do is now to place chain 1, and now in the next stitch, which is this one, you see it here, we are going to place single crochet. Now we are going to place half double crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, and in our last stitch we are going to place treble. Perfect. And now you see that we have nice same level strap, and now we can continue with our next rows. Okay, so as of now you are going to simply chain 2, this chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, so you are going to turn your work and then you are going to chain 2, and you are just going to simply do basically 4 double crochet, chain 1 and 4 double crochet, and all the time you are going to be switching between those. So it will be 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, sorry, plus you are chaining 2 at the end, at the beginning of each row. Now I made 24 rows on top, but of course depends on how big you want to have your strap. And then at the end, before you will do your last row that you would expect, we will meet there, and I'm going to show you how you are going to join the strap to the back of your dress. Sorry. Okay, so once you are done with your last row, in this row we are going to prepare ourselves for the triangle shape again. Okay, so we are going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and now we are going to make a treble. So in the first stitch, a treble, then double crochet, then half double crochet, single crochet, chain 1, then in next stitch here we are going to single crochet, now half double crochet, now double crochet, and as the last, treble. Now once we have created this, you see it's kind of a triangle shape a little bit. This is exactly where it will be fitting to the place we should put it. So make sure you have a correct dress, correct side, and make sure that your strap is not twisted. Okay, so make sure of those two. So this is where I am going to place mine. Okay, so this is, I will remember the red one. Okay, so in this one I am going to place slip stitches, but I need to turn it other way around. Okay, where is my yarn? Here, good. So let's make sure it's exactly the correct side, and now I am going to slip stitch. So I am going to chain 1, and now I am going to again count from my middle 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, so here, and I am going to slip stitch purely through, so sorry, again into the fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, going into the dress, now going through the strap as well, and now slip stitch through both. Now going into the next stitch, this one, going into the next stitch on my strap and slip stitch. And basically this slip stitching, you are going through each of the 4 stitches here, also through chain 1 space here, and then 4 stitches here. You fasten off and your dress is ready. And that will be everything for today. So now you should have your own African flower hexagon dress created. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and please let me know in the comment what would you like to see as the next tutorial. And if you're interested to see how I have created my own human size bunny, here you have the video. And until next time, happy crocheting!